Representative Massie and Green to name Epstein clients in the House. In our ground news aggregator, we're going to look and see what's going on here. So, this is my first story today. Representatives Thomas Massie and Marjorie Taylor Greene are willing to use a constitutional immunity to disclose names of Jeffrey Epstein's associates allegedly involved in abuse, as Massie stated on social media. Green expressed her determination to name those names responsible, acknowledged the fear in doing so during a live press conference. So I have the Gateway Pundit is the story that I have pulled up. And if we look here, it's actually a far right leaning, low factuality outlet, because I got accused of letting my bias show a little bit in the last episode on a couple different segments. So I'm going to try to do a better job. I try to use the show to cut through media bias, but it's pretty hard to cut through my own bias sometimes. So I'm going to read this article from the Gateway Pundit, which is a very low factuality, far right outlet, and we'll see what they have to say about Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie, who are both Republicans, leaning right. So this may be something that they're completely on board with as well. And we can go back and read another story, or I can suggest some other stories. But in an effort to be fair, I want to read a few more right-leaning stories from time to time, just to kind of see how they're reporting it and what kind of things, the ways that they kind of word things maybe sometimes. So let's get into this article. So, a group of victims hosted by Green and Massie and Representative Ro Khanna, a Democrat of California, broke decades of silence on Wednesday at a press conference, stepping forward to demand justice, transparency, and accountability from the government. Representative Massie on Wednesday filed a discharge petition aimed at compelling a full House vote on the Epstein Transparency Act. This would force the Department of Justice to release almost all documents related to the Epstein investigation, with redactions of certain information, including personal identifying information of victims. During the press conference, Epstein victim Lisa Phillips revealed that a victim planned to compile their own list of abusers and enablers they encountered with Jeffrey Epstein, the Gateway Pundit reported. We all know the names. Many of us were abused by them. We will compile the names we know were regularly in the Epstein world, and it'll be done by survivors and for survivors, no one else involved, Lisa said. According to one survivor, Shanti Davies, this list would include former President Bill Clinton, whom she said once traveled to Africa with while she was being abused and manipulated by Epstein. At the end of the press conference, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene said that the women could be sued into poverty and homelessness by some of the richest, most powerful people in the world for speaking out, but she's not afraid to name names. If they want to give me a list, I will walk into that Capitol on the House floor and I'll say every damn name that abused these women, Greene told the reporters. Massie later confirmed on X that he and Marjorie Taylor Greene are willing to name the perpetrators in the House floor under constitutional speech or debate immunity. This provision in Article 1, Section 6 of the Constitution provides that with an exemption of treason, felony, or breach of peace, representatives shall not be questioned in any place, prosecuted, or sued over any speech or debate in either house. Meanwhile, Massie's discharge petition is just 4 away from the 218 signatures needed to force a vote to release the Department of Justice files. Massie said late Wednesday that 214 representatives have signed on to the petition. I'm 99% certain we'll get the 218, he said, warning that he believes House Speaker Mike Johnson will interfere with some rule change. After the press conference on Wednesday, Massie told reporters, if we get to 218 signatures, they may try to change the rules in the House of Representatives that day so that discharge petitions are no longer allowed from Thomas Massie and Ro Khanna. He continued, they can do that, but they have to get 218 votes to do that. That would become the vote of record to hide the Epstein files. The Gateway Pundit will continue to provide updates over the House on the House battle over the Epstein files. And then this is a little piece about who the author is. So, okay. Well, as far as a right-wing, low factuality outlet goes, this seemed to be like a decent article. So, but when you go into look at the bias distribution, you see that 44% of the reporting is coming from the left, 38% is coming from the right, and 19% coming from the center. So there is a little more reporting on the left than the right, but if you look at there's only 18 articles reporting, and this was only published. It says published 4 hours ago, but updated 16 hours ago, so that doesn't make much sense. So, but now there's 19 articles reporting, still just about down the center. So, anyway. Hey, thanks for checking out this video from Nightly News this morning. If you wouldn't mind, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video or when we go live on Tuesdays and Fridays.